That's so loose.
I don't know why.
Hey, Auntie. Hey, Auntie. Auntie Linda.
Brother King, it's 5:33. Your video is live. Your audio is muted. Waiting for your cue.
A10 is live. Waiting for your cue.
So you gonna walk around with us speaking? If you don't like that, you don't speak, but we use the second. No, yeah. Oh yeah.
I don't know. Why you can't add everybody yours?
They do. They say add followers.
Just say general. Yeah, just say general. I'm just joking.
Oh, you can, you ready?
Your audio is live.
We're going to call it for the council to go up. Meeting to order. Tuesday, February the 6th, 2024 at 5:35 p.m. Roll call.
Carol McIntyre, President Joseph King, Linda Booth, Patrick Julian, Billy Bassler, Michael Hutchison, William Harris, Michelle Golding, Fred Williams.
We have some. Would anyone want to lead the word of prayer? William.
Most gracious Heavenly Father, I'd like to thank you. Thank you for this day. Thank you for each and every individual represented here tonight. Father, touch each of us so that we can continue to do the work of the city of Flint. Father, please allow the words of our mouths and the meditation of our spirits be acceptable in your name. All these blessings ask in your darling Son Jesus' name and for amen.
Amen.
Hey, and then the public speaker.
First public speaker is AC.
Well, hold up. I got to get it. Each public speaker gonna have 3 minutes. We got a timekeeper. He will notify me 10 minutes, 10 seconds before you should end your public speaking. I will let you know, and we want you to stop at that point. The rules, so we can move on speakers. We only got so much time to be here. And we will entertain. We want you to be polite and all of it. And we're going to try to get through this as quick as we can. So now we're going for the first public speaker.
The first public speaker is AC Gillis.
You gotta put your name to talk.
Yes.
Where? You doing this and this one doing that.
No, let's be quiet. We need to be, I got a public speaker here.
is A.C. Dumas, and I am the president of the city of Flint. And what I would like to read is section 1001 from the Flint City Charter, talking about oath of office. I think this is very important. It was adopted by the elector. And it reads as thus: every elected officer and appointee before entering in official duty shall take and subscribe the following oath. I do solemnly swear or affirm that I will support the Constitution, and that's what the S unit, of the United States and the state of Michigan and the charter of the city of Flint, and that I will faithfully discharge the duties of the office on behalf of all the citizens of the city of Flint to the best of my ability, and shall file the oath duly certified by the officer before whom it was taken in the office of the Flint City Clerk. And this is very important. This section of this is ordinance required in the public interest. Everything you do as elected and appointed official has to be in the public interest. The purpose of this section is to provide a method of protecting the public interest in the electoral and governmental affairs of this city. This section recognizes that the proper operation of the city government requires that public officers and employees be independent, impartial, responsible to the people. The decision and policy be made in the power and the proper channels of governmental structure. The public office or employment not to be used for personal gain, like they do in the city county. You know, all that. Not to be used for personal gain. That the integrity and operation of city government be subject to scrutiny by the public. It's our responsibility of the public to scrutinize elected officials and appointed officials. We're supposed to scrutinize you and the city attorney. Let me continue. I don't have 3 minutes. Not compatible, the best interest of the city be defined and prohibited. And prohibited means it's against the law. You can't do that. It's a no-no. The city shall adopt by ordinance and standards for the conduct of public affairs and may be deemed necessary and proper to further the intent of how many? Okay, So when you see recalls, the state law allows for recalls. That is the election, and you can go to the state law and see it. And so I'm saying this, I got about a minute left here, 3 seconds, that you all held accountable to the people. This is a government of the people, for the people, and by the people. It's the people's government, not yours. Thank you.
Next speaker.
The next speaker is Arthur Woodson.
All right, no problem. Arthur Woodson, let me start off by saying, if I'm not mistaken, in the charter, it states that the city attorney works as the president of the mayor. If I'm not mistaken. No, I'm wrong. Well, the city attorney is appointed by the mayor. I know that's right. So why is this right here an independent board that will investigate the mayor's office and city council or any city official? Why are you all taking opinions or anything else from the city attorney? Why are you even going by what they say? Because they are biased. They are biased. They don't work for the mayor, his best interest. Period. What I don't see with some people here see, I'm not going to just say you all. take positions and you're not independent. You don't have an independent. Just because the mayor appointed you to this body doesn't mean you have to do what the mayor said. Just because Liddell Lewis appointed you to this body doesn't mean that you have to do what Liddell Lewis said or any other council person. It's sad to see, because all I heard at one time was subpoena, 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 subpoena. But as soon as Michelle Young got on this board, all you hear is letter, 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 letter. I mean, I'm just telling the truth. That's what I heard. That's what I see on the video. And then y'all sit back and watch the mayor break all types of laws. I shouldn't have to come and file a complaint for you to investigate. Did the mayor tell Chief Barton to lie and then fire him? I shouldn't have to file a complaint on that. Y'all got subpoena power. The ombudsman got subpoena power. City council got subpoena power. Y'all can call him right here. He is a lawless mayor. And not one time y'all really hear you all getting after the mayor. There's always the city council coming up in here talking about Liddell Lewis talking about Tanya Burns stole a lollipop. Bull crap. They come up in here like y'all a school teacher and they students, and y'all sitting up here going along with it instead of really investigating real stuff like breaking them. Matter of fact, if you do the rules or break the rules in the charter, you can be charged with a misdemeanor. Mayor Neely is on video saying that he knows that he is violating people's rights by putting the metal detector in City Hall. Why aren't you investigating that? Because, hey, they're not there now. Because of the simple fact it was against the rules. He, as a public body, can change open meeting acts and put rules, but not the mayor. So that should be something that you investigate without anybody coming and filing a complaint. That's what the Ethics and Accountability Board is for. Pay contracts. Oh, all right. What? Is that? I'm wrapping up. I'm done.
Melissa.
It's okay.
Melissa.
This is the first time actually coming to this board. Usually I just stay at home and watch online because, my son has some behavioral issues and he's so quiet. But I've been seeing how things have been done is actually really sad. I mean, you guys even let some council come in and speak what they wanted, but they weren't even speaking the whole truth, you know?
That's right.
Doug Matthews came in. I mean, he only told a little portion of the truth. He didn't put in what he was saying, what he was doing. You know, if you don't want threats against you, don't sit there and make a poster about Tanya Burns calling her a snake and putting a reward out that is a lie for her. I mean, just don't do that. I'm just saying all these things that councils are doing and nothing is being done. Like Liddell Lewis, she sat there and went on, did a press conference about Dennis Pfeiffer. She couldn't even tell the whole truth about that. She made it where he was this white racist dude, and that wasn't the case. He misspoke. And other people knew that. I'm just, if you guys are going to hold people accountable, please do so. Stop playing these games. Don't sit there and say, well, listen to them and don't do it. Start doing what you say because, I am that person that looks at your actions versus your words. You can say anything, but your actions are more important, So, thank you for listening and have a blessed day.
I ain't eat no chips.
Kermit Lyons.
Kermit Lyons. I'm just here in support of Mr. Little and hoping you guys do the right thing by it.
Okay, next speaker.
Beverly Leary.
Levy, they showed up, y'all.
Hi, my name is Beverly Leary. We're tired of people putting people in a spot say she's not qualified. But she's been doing this job for 15 months. She has all kind of degrees. I don't know her at all. Never met her. But we put in these people in the spot, and then you want to say, Attorney Kim want to say she's not qualified. Attorney Kim needs to take his bald head.
That's the right step.
He needs to sit down because he's doing all the wrong things. And whatever the devil them want him to do, that's what he's doing. He's a yes man. And the 7th Ward girl, she's a yes girl. And to y'all look at these boards, I know you have been there several times. I've seen you in the meeting several times. And you know that they're doing wrong. But we gotta quit turning our heads, knowing that this council is doing wrong, and don't say anything. You got your 5 foolish, and that's what they are to you, 5 foolish. Because Quincy come here one time, Quincy could barely walk, talk, and he said, y'all just mad because I'm not 5th vote. We already know the setup. If you gonna say on air, I'm that 5th vote, what are you here for? But when he wanted them to take the trash and don't do trash on Martin Luther King Day, none of his 4 foolish agreed with it.
That's right.
So everybody gotta wake up, even him. But he stormed out like a little girl when he found out that they didn't agree with him. You know, he the one say critical thinking, but your sidekicks wasn't thinking about critical thinking. So his stuff just got blown up on him. Then he gets mad. Don't get mad. The way you take it, keep going with that 5 foolish, because they're going to send you to hell.
May I ask for the order? We don't want to get most of the personal stuff here. I mean, we can say what we got to say, but I can personally.
It's personal.
So let's, we're not in for that. Let's keep it over there. Next speaker.
Carl Lewis.
All right. How y'all doing? My name is Carl Lewis. I ain't no Canaan out there. Straight up. But I'm here to come support my sister. Don't know her. The one that thing I do know. She got more degrees than the mayor.
That's right.
I'm come get her. And she been holding it down with her own money, everything. Out there, not all y'all, but we know where it's coming from. Now, I was held accountable for selling drugs, right? I did my time. Y'all the active county board. Y'all got the whole city council. Come on, man. They took $40 million and ain't nobody got a hot water tank, none on the roof, nothing. Come on, y'all do the same shit we. Y'all see what we see, and it's like, now, not to get in my feelings, but I didn't vote for the mayor, period. I know it's me, straight up. And it's like, wow, well, you grew up here, and this is what you do. Now here we are, and you say, brother, don't make it personal. It's very personal. You got taxpayers, all this. And you know, I don't come to knock nobody, but when you do wrong, you just do wrong. And that, my mama said, the foolish father do that, that's what they did. That's scary, man. And then you come, once you come, and drag yourself out there, sick, to get everything done. Y'all see the same lens we see? But you know what? We're going to stand up as a people. Straight up. Thank you.
Next speaker.
Audrey Young Muhammad.
Yes, I'm down here also in support of this chapter. Just myself and my background and knowing the hiring process, my understanding is that she applied and was qualified qualified to have an interview? Because I've never heard of anyone being interviewed who didn't qualify for a position as such. You have to go through some pre-qualification process. So they had to have looked at her resume, did a background check, all that stuff to make sure she was okay. They interviewed her, and then last week, or a couple weeks ago, you all made the offer and she accepted it. Now, Attorney Kim, as many of the other citizens have already said, his best interest is the city. And then it's supposed to be the whole council, though we know he don't represent the whole council. It's selective when he wants to and when he chooses to. How is he going to come in? He can't come in. You all are supposed to be the force that's supposed to hold him accountable. So he can't come in and hold you all accountable for making the decision to hire a qualified candidate. She's qualified. We heard Ms. Tanae Dorsey come in here and say why she hired Ms. Shasta when she came in and why she is qualified. We also heard her saying some things you can't teach a person, which is integrity and character, which she possessed. You can teach her how to do the job and the fundamentals of it, and she has already proven herself. If she wasn't doing the job, y'all would let her go. She'd have been gone more than 15 months ago. She'd have been gone before she even got a chance to be the interim in that position. So I'm standing firm with her that she needs to be the person who we have in that ombudsman's office. She's more than qualified. Don't set yourself up for failure by not allowing her to have that position. We already know there's a lot of things that go on in city council, down in the mayor's office, that definitely should be looked at. There's a lot of things that I've brought to you all. And we come in and talked about it. Nothing has ever, I can't say nothing has ever come about it, but I haven't seen it. And what I've heard our listeners say about those subpoenas that turned into letters, I was there when I heard that the mayor would be subpoenaed by the next meeting, and it never happened. I was there and heard when it said the letters was going to be written and given to him and to Clyde Edwards, and it never happened. And that was, last summer, June, July or something, and it never happened. So now my question is, and I have asked it, and I actually put it on social media, who holds the Board of Ethics and Accountability accountable? Because you all are not doing what it is you have promised the citizens you were going to do, and you were appointed to those positions. We want you all to be accountable to us, because we look to you all to do what you're supposed to do. Just care about the citizens. We look for you all. We don't look for you all to go and tell somebody they need to go, they fired or whatever. Okay? But we look for you all to be held accountable. Thank you.
Wilbur Jarrett.
This is Wilbur Papa Jarrett. Crazy boy. I come to ask questions. Do the Ethics and Accountability Board have a permanent office? Do they have a permanent meeting place? Why am I late going to the down in the hole to what y'all call it, whatever it is, the dome, leave the dome, go up to the council meeting room, nobody there, and I'm coming over here. Why are we over here? That's the question I want y'all to ask me. Who have the authority to prevent y'all from using the dome or any property that the city owns and y'all are city entity? Who's y'all for? That's what I'm asking. Y'all got the guts. That's the question I want answers tonight. That's what I'm here. Who is the council lady that you keep talking about? Who is it? Is this that? I mean who is that? Little. I'm much lady. Right there. Little.
Right
Can you introduce yourself?
My name is Shaxta Life Little.
Who else didn't know who she was? All right. I'm sorry. I didn't know who she was. So I think you need to know me. You need to know Miss Beverly. A lot of these people in Mr. Gilchrist. You need to know a lot of people to give you support to try to help you in your position and to establish the ground rules for the Ethics and Accountability Board against this administration, employees of the city, because that's your job. It's the whole, we elected you, the ombudsman, we put that in the city charter to protect us from the employees of the city, protect us from the administration and the elected officials. So you need to get you some support, like my support, and this very support, and everybody in here, folks, we want to told on folks I don't even know. So you need to introduce yourself to the city of Flint some kind of way. Thank you.
Next speaker is Sherry Allen.
Hello. I'm Sherry Allen. I have a big concern about the Ethics and Accountability Board. Do you understand how important this board is? You are the last defense we have in the city.
That's right.
It's like being in the military. If the first time soldiers go down, who goes down? The whole army. You got to stand up. You got to be outdoors. You got to take control of this city hall going on because there's too much corruption going on. You got the right to stop it. You know what was going on. He's here in front of you. And I understand. This is your livelihood. I wouldn't lose no job either. I got mouths to feed. I got family.
We don't get paid. We go through a lot and don't get paid. No. Wrong committee, wrong board.
You got to get something. You got to give us something here.
We don't get paid.
Okay, well, we don't get paid.
We get selected.
Well, get selected and get selected to do what? Though?
With the resume.
With the resume to do what?
To be accountable.
To protect the city, right?
Yeah. To uphold the city charter. The city charter.
Well, nobody's upholding the charter. Where we go in? Where we go from there? Where did we go? Well, you're supposed to know. Who's policing now?
Us? 18?
Right. I'm responding at the wrong time.
Oh, I'm sorry.
We don't want to eat your time. Go ahead.
Oh.
We'll give you extra time.
She told him you just got here.
I'm not trying to beat y'all up. I'm trying to say this. This woman right here, she held it down for the city. She was our small support we had. Now, she's our only besides Carol and Miss Devin. I'm not taking away from the rest of you, but you got to have such strength in your purpose to take care of what's going on in the city.
That's right.
If you don't care about the city, let somebody else take that volunteer seat. Because we need some voices. And I'm not just talking to you. I know you got, you're doing good. Good. If y'all let this go down and let Mayor Levy win on this, you drop the whole city. We don't have no respect for you. I don't care who you are. You got to walk these streets just like we do. You got to come to the grocery store just like we do. And we're going to look at you the same way we look at you right now. If you don't hold ground for us.
That's
It's
right.
hard of it.
That's right.
And I'm not going to be emotional. All right. Just do the right thing. Keep this lady in there. Just do it.
Next speaker is Quincy Murphy.
Good evening. Good evening. I am Councilman Quincy Murphy of the 3rd Ward. And I come here tonight. This is my second time coming here. I usually don't come here. The last time I came here because you guys sent me a letter to come and speak before you guys on some concerns concerning this city council. I want to speak briefly on the letter that the attorney put out to us about the hiring. It's unfortunate that you got put in the middle of whatever situation dealing with the hiring. Hopefully that could come up with a resolve. But let me encourage this Ethics and Accountability Board because your colleague, Mr. Williams, responded to the email on my response to the city attorney that sent it to 18 colleagues concerning the hiring. What I suggest that you do, because you told me to stay in my lane, and I am a city councilman, and the business of the city is my lane. And if I respond to the city attorney letter, I wasn't personally responding to you. I was responding to the letter that the city attorney sent out to 18 of us concerning the hiring practice. What I would suggest that you do is, if you have a problem with anything that I sent in an email, that you do like everybody else should do, and that is file a complaint with the Ethics and Accountability Board about the email that Councilman Murphy responded to the city attorney, and not you personally, because now you personally, as an Ethics and Accountability Board, you're not even giving yourself an opportunity to file a complaint based on the email that I responded to, and I only asked some questions. And never was Councilman Murphy ever trying to hire or fire a Bunsman person. That is not my role and responsibility. It's the role and responsibility of the Ethics and Accountability Board to hire a Bunsman. And hopefully you guys did it the right way. But you came at me at an email that I thought was inappropriate, so I thought it was appropriate that I come here and speak before the whole board on this response to the Ethics and Accountability Board member, William, and I think it's more personal with him versus him really having an issue with my policies in the way I go by doing business. I am a city councilman. I am elected until other things happen. So that's my job, to protect this city of Flint by all means necessary. And if you have a problem with anything I did, I suggest you file a complaint and do a letter and let this board decide whether the email that I sent out was inappropriate and not based on your personal opinion. Thank you. Excuse me.
Next speaker.
Tanya Burns, Councilperson Tanya Burns.
I don't know what email they talking about, y'all.
Thank you, and to the Board of Ethics, thank you for serving. I know that you are chosen to do this job, and you are not paid, and it is a lot of work. Unfortunately, this forum has become a forum for people of the city council to voice their grievances. And most of them, a lot of them tend to go on the city council, they use the charter to wipe their behinds with. So when they don't follow the charter themselves, and they pretend to be charter experts or scholars, they should not be coming to you. And it was unfortunate last week with the barrage of emails that did come that I did read. Thank you, Mr. King, for speaking up, and Mr. Harris, when you spoke of that. And I did read for you, Ms. Frida Williams, your email also that allowed the board to take care of your own business. And that is what should be allowed. City council should not be interfering in your board. Not at all. We have no place to do it, especially when we have a tremendous amount of issues of our own. It is not a place to come air grievances. As far as if I don't like this person, we had another person, Councilwoman Case for Shannon came to say that I weaponized my race and my color as a woman, because she had not heard the racial undertones and racial statements of a resident, Doug Matthews, who was speaking like, come here, dog, woman. And my colleague did not say anything. It's recorded. So what my colleagues stand up for something, because sometimes the wrong thing. But I appreciate you standing in the gap. Let me be clear. Ms. Jackson Little is not my relative. If she were, I would take her to my relative. But she is not my relative, which is being put on social media. It is unfair what you're going through. I had another problem with Attorney Kim. He has a responsibility to remain biased, because his office is representing this board. When he sent the email out saying housekeeping, you have some housekeeping. He has a strange relationship with, I think, with cultural things. And what that immediately took me to, because we're not too far removed from our grandmothers, and my grandmother was a maid. They need to understand that when you say housekeeping, that you, Ms. Shax Little, are not the help. You're not a maid. You are a person that the board has elected, and you need to respect your position and your authority. You are not the help, nor you to be referred to as doing the housekeeping when his house is in disarray and disorder itself. So I want you to, I support you, and I support this board and us staying out of it. However you rectify it. Because we have a city administrator, Ty Edwards, who was not qualified with the 7 years or 5 years of municipality experience. But they made a way. He is now the city administrator. And he's not the only one. So there is always a way. Always a way. And I want this board to know that when I read your emails and I see them, I appreciate it. I appreciate it with your stance, whether I agree or disagree, that you're saying, hey, this is our voice, we are standing in the gap, and this is what we are doing as a board to move forward together. So I don't want to air any more grievances, but Mr. King, I do want to say this. We need to be careful when people come here and make a racial statement. Candace Shack knew that Doug had made different, wrote a whole story about me. And made either Doug and made himself a white sheriff with a white hat. He's made the dog motions to me. He referred to my skin as not only orange, that my color is orange. He also said that my color is not black, but I'm pumpkin colored. So this is a man, yes, I came and spoke. Because in order to hold this position, you have to remain unbiased. He does not possess that ability nor that skill set. And I'm going to speak and stand in the gap for that. That I am. When another councilwoman comes here to defend that, that is outrageous. Candace Michelle had no reason defending this and telling a barrage of lies to this board. She was wrong. But I support you in your efforts and however you rectify that. But if you're going to link it with HR, ask HR how the other people who are not qualified, who do not need the municipality experience, get hired. This is for your board to figure out. You made the selection. We have to respect the position and authority of not only you, but also the president and the vice president and the other department or position, secretary and treasurer on this board. So thank you.
Next speaker, Rose Morrow. Hello everyone. My name is Rose Morrow. I'm a resident of the city of Flint. First, I want to thank you because I know you guys don't get paid for doing this. But even though you don't get paid, we just ask that you be our voice and do the right thing. Because right is right and wrong is wrong. I kept hearing about this story since it's been going on in regards to Ms. Little, what was done to her. And what I've heard, I've never heard not one bad thing about her.
Yeah, that's Dr.
Nothing
Bucko.
but good things. I don't even know her. But I watch the news, I read the newspaper like everybody else in social media. I think it's wrong that what was done to her, if she can do this position for 18 months, and she had experience, why didn't they say something previously? I don't care when she put in for it, okay? Because I don't know when she put the application in. But bottom line is, if she's been doing this job all this time for 18 months by herself, under conditions that I heard she was doing them in, paying for her own training, and I have done that in the past too, because you want to do the best job you can so you can get promoted. You got other employees, and I ain't calling no names, but like everybody said, everybody don't have a degree. And I was always told, and I know for a fact, from my previous commanders, you can have all the degrees you want to have and have a doctor's title and still be dumb as hell. You don't know what you're doing. But if you got an employee, now, back to Ms. Little. I think it's wrong. It's something, and then to give her the job, and you guys gave her the job, to my understanding, you had the authority to give her the job. This goes beyond you guys. This is about if you're not in a clique with the right person, and you don't do what this person wants you to do, or then they got employees down there that I know for a fact is being threatened with their job. You shouldn't have to work under those type of conditions. And if it's true what they said, Ms. Little, about them putting your personal information out there, that's a lawsuit. Somebody can be held responsible for that. And I know that for a fact. Your employer, the city, and in regards to the city being sued, I can't tell you what to do. But then there's also the civil side. Whoever that was that put your information out, You can get not only just the city, but that individual too. And I'm quite sure you probably know this from somebody and said it too. But I just want to say it's wrong. Thank you guys for what you do, because we need this. We're trying to move the city of Flint forward, not backwards. And if people wanted to hear about the city, I understand everybody want to be in it, advance themselves or hit another certain positions. But the thing about it is, we need to take our city back. And that's what we're trying to do. With these recalls, that's what we're doing. And like I said at the city council, I will personally be participating. I don't live in all these wards, but I will be standing by Ms. Bev and everybody else, going and recalling people. Second task is to find somebody for those positions that's in the best interest of the city. Because this is wrong. Thank you.
That's speaker.
Yes.
Okay, but each board member, you have 1 minute to reply.
1 minute. Yo, did you say 1 minute? I didn't hear it. I'm sorry.
He didn't say 1 minute. He said 3.
Said what?
He said 1 minute.
He said 3.
He said 2.
He said 2.
What you said? You 2.
Come here. You're not going to be quiet. Let me deal with my voice.
We trying to hear what you said.
I don't hear what you said. Y'all got no mic, though.
All right. But we don't have to, I'm not going to allow all that stuff here today. Now, what I'm going to, before I go to look, but I'm going to, that's what we have on the agenda, but I am, as a board member, will be leading with something on the agenda. You can speak.
Yeah, we can't hear him either.
I'm not going to take it into the screen. But I would, because we have such a lot of speakers this evening, and you're not going to be able to address all the concerns, but I'm going to give you an opportunity to address what you can within reasonable time. And with that, I will start with Mr. Harris. You got your hand up.
My apologies for coming in late. I got off of work. In response to the gentleman, why it's hard for us to try to find a location, because normally we're in the McKenzie room, and the McKenzie room is 1/4 of the size of this room. So normally when we have response, and we know that we're gonna have a large crowd, we try to find out a larger venue. But what happens is if somebody has already booked that venue prior to ahead of time, we can't use it. In response to Councilman Murphy, who left out of here without hearing a response, I myself was not the only one that responded to him. Board member Frida Williams also responded to him. And I responded in the manner of that city council has no business in interfering with EA board members or anything that goes along with the board. Councilman Murphy responded in an email saying that he wanted to take this to governmental affairs, saying that he wanted to open up an investigation, saying that he wanted to open up an inquiry and use his power and authority as a council person to investigate what was going on. And I politely reminded him, as the vice chairman of this board, with certain charters, as the charter gives us oversight of the ombudsman, that this is a board issue, not a city council issue, and that I advised him that it would be wise to not overreach and overuse his power and authority as a council person, but to remain in his lane, like we do with him, and we do with city council when it's necessary. I asked him to remain in his lane. So he's not here, but obviously he can watch the throwback, and that's my response back to that.
Right. Papa.
Anyone else?
I would just like to say that, you know, I know a lot of the citizens in the city of Flint are frustrated, and we're trying to do the best we can to move the city forward. I took an oath of office. I took an oath to make sure that I tend to the business of the city of Clinton. I'm my own business. And, I'm not biased. I try not to be biased and approach anyone, in a negative way. And I'm finding out that, the city, the council have set a standard where everybody in the city has followed suit with the aggression, the anger. If they're not in control, we have the mayors, we have city council, then we have us on the organizational chart. But if it's anger up here and nobody's working together and it's filters down, now we're not like that. We're not like that. We give them all kind of feedback. We work pretty well together. We have, every now and then we have some issues with, members, but it doesn't go further than the room. But, we took an oath, the city council took an oath of office, just like we did. And we're not gonna babysit them. They supposed to, we're not gonna sit in their chamber and babysit them. We done sent letters to each one of them and told them, about their conduct and their character, and remind them that they took an oath to serve the citizens of Clinton. And another thing I want to say, we have elections coming up. Voters are going to have to be more vigilant in how they select candidates, how they select leaders, because we haven't done a good job. And I'm not going to say any names since the first recall we had. We've been going downhill ever since. And whether you want to admit it or not, it's our fault. Because we let people out of our community come in, get our jobs. Now this live in Flint. I live in Flint. And I can't get anything in the city. And I done served on boards ever since 1997. Shit like that. But we're going to have to be more vigilant in how we vote for leaders, because we're not doing a good job. You got to research people. You can't go by who support who like who don't like who, or this city is going to be taken over and it's not going to be by us. So we can keep playing if we want to, and disrespecting each other, committees and, in the chamber, we're going to have to stop it. We're going to start listening to each other because, I ain't going to say no more. Because, I ain't going to say no more.
Amen.
I ain't going to say no more, but we're going to have to do better. This city's going to be taken over. We want to take our city back. There's another group going to take over the city. So keep playing.
Important, I want to address the public. Let me say, Mr. Charlie, I'm glad you're here. I wish I've been showing up a long time ago. But this board to move is what it takes. Our power is you all.
That's right.
Without you all, we're just spending time. Just spending wheels. Now, there's a couple of things that would ask Reed, what's the mess about legal departments, the attorney. It's his job to handle the legal understood. It doesn't matter who it is. That's his job. We have limited to what we can do. This board does not have a budget. We don't get paid. And in order to do the job we have, it's going to take funding. We're trying to, we're going to send that for a budget, but that's one of the downfall of it. And when the charter was written, no one had an idea job would be this kind of time consuming. The board should have way more. And I'm feeling the first time really back and forth trying to do a job really done in all business. So, you know, it's a challenge, but this is what the power is. This board voted on, got a resident standing between, without you all, we're not gonna be able to move because you know what about it, child. How are we gonna make them improve if we have no funding? So, that's some things would be that I will chime in later on as we go through the reading that might make no sense, but we're gonna have to get some of the business done on the agenda and, you know, I hope and you can see that we are trying. We are trying. So, with that, we'll go to the next,
My agenda. I ain't got agenda. Ain't nobody got no agenda. Not agendas. Oh, they over there.
regular agenda is open reform, we scratch that out there. We're gonna move to, do change improvement agenda. Yes, of
Yeah,
go ahead.
So you are saying to the body that, are you saying that, of course, are you saying to the body that you guys don't have the authority to do what you want to do? Is that what you're saying? I'm trying to get some clarity on that.
No, I didn't, no, that's not what I said. This, we got authority to do certain things. But there's a lot of more things in there to make that happen. But, I answer that question later, but now I want to move on with my agenda.
Mr. Chairman.
Yes.
I'd like to move to make a motion to amend the agenda to discuss the committee's report that the committee report for the board's budget.
The budget, hell, we wanna know if she got the job or not.
Is it? Okay. I withdraw my motion. I'm sorry.
The damn on the budget.
I'm second.
Board property selection, accept the agenda. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Opposed? Move on to review, approve of minutes. Our last meeting.
Yes, the 9 minutes in, yes.
Motion on the floor to accept the minutes. 9:24. Second. Motion been made, probably supported. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed?
I make a motion to approve Ethic and Accountability Board meeting minutes for January the 9th, 2024.
Second. Motion second is to accept the minutes for, approve minutes for 1/9/2024. Stop second. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed? Opposed? Next item on the agenda is discussion. We have four discussion items here. Make opinion for William Kim. Letter from Joseph King. Housekeeping letter from Attorney William Kim. Bond letter. Okay. We will take these, we will discuss these, and order that we have them. First, we will discuss the letter that we received from Mr. Kim.
It's back there.
And where it fit in the charter. Ordinance and legal. The floor is open for discussion. Now I will go, no one want to go first, I'll open it up.
I just have a question. When this email came to us, do you think Attorney Kim intentionally sent it to other than us? Or do you think it was a mistake, or? I couldn't understand how it would go to council when it was EAB board's issue. I think that's where everything got started and everything got screwed up. Because he sent it to his, probably his, like we all have groups that we, put up our emails. He sent it to everybody, which caused the issue. So I don't know whether he did it, was it an intentional act, or did he mean for everybody to get involved? Because if that's the case, then that's going to continue to be an issue. I responded, simply when Councilman Murphy responded, I responded to let him know, as a board member, I felt it was our issue. Our chair had called an emergency meeting, allow us to come together and deal with the issue. It should not have gone all around the way it happened. So when I responded to Councilman Murphy, it was simply to let him know, please, let's just pause and find out what we're dealing with here. We have a meeting, we had an emergency meeting scheduled, which got canceled. However, I think that maybe that's where the confusion began.
I agree with you on that one wholeheartedly, because I was I asked that question myself when I saw the email come through. If this was a board issue, again, like you said, Mrs. Williams, why was this email attached to everybody on city council, including the city administrator in regards to this issue? Right, and the HR director and things of that nature. That was my issue, because number one, what it does is, again, it opened it up to where we could have handled this as a board. Now you've opened it up to something that just exploded out of nowhere. We could have kept this under control. We could have handled this like a board. That's why I responded to that 5:30 in the morning email. Yeah, because I don't like being. I wake up at 7 o'clock in the morning to go to work. I don't like being woken up at 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning by a blasted response talking about, well, I want to investigate this. Thank you for bringing this to our matter. I mean, you know, I'm just going to be honest with you. You know, we all have lanes to stay in. I wish we would all just stay in our lane. And that's why I appreciate your response was to give us time. But then he pressed the issue, which is why I had to, I said, okay, fine then. So obviously you don't respect board members enough to hear their weight, which is why I weighed in as the vice chair. And I quoted every single section of the charter that puts the ombudsman under our authority to tell him, mind your business. Right. But I wouldn't have had to have said that if everybody on council was added in that email. So my question, and I'm like you, why were they included? And that is a question. That is a question for. Well, I tell you what. What's up? Joe, question. I want to ask a question right quick. Is it normal for the city attorney when there's a board issue to CC council members in regards to board members only when it comes to stating an opinion?
I'm not certain if that's normal or if it's standard procedure. This is the first issue that I've had where the city law department has issued a legal opinion dealing with a board or commission issue. So I'm not sure.
Okay. So yeah, I'll.
Mr. King and Mr. Harris, you guys being the chair and the vice chair, I would like to apologize. Well, as a board member, I'm a very aggressive individual, that you will find out. I want to know what's going on right now. I was told by another board member that we usually allow the chair and the vice chair to respond. So it wasn't my place to respond. So I don't know how true that is. However, it prompted responses, okay? So I apologize if I was out of order by doing that.
Well, that's why I responded to you, to give you the power that you needed, because normally when it comes to addressing things as board members, it's usually or board issues is the chair, the vice chair, and the secretary. But in this case, it was so open to everybody, and I was reading it, so I was thankful that you did respond to Councilman Murphy's response. And that's why I responded to you to add additional weight to your comment as to we need to figure out what was going on. You're okay. As far as I'm all right, you're all right.
That was sent out to everyone. And you as a board member and for the concern, you can respond. The process that Mr. Kim did, and I find it unethical and immoral, is that should have been sent to me or the board. Now, the question you asked me about when I read it and I saw it, and what came in my mind, and I'm sure of it is, Mr. Kim was taking it personally. I think it was deliberate there to try to make me look bad. It was deliberate. It was deliberate sent out to all those other people in order to make it be me. He would have sent that out unless he was trying to find which spot he wanted to be lit. You know what is embarrassing is no one should have been subject to what happened. There's no way this young lady should have been all that information out there. Unless he was going to have a candidate that came through out there.
That's right. That's right.
Excuse me. The information that went out about her, that came to you, mean all of us?
It went to everybody.
It went to everybody. However, someone within the
Facebook.
people, yeah. You know, I'm talking about the council got it, the EAB board got it, the HR director got it, and Attorney General's people got it, okay? The part that I couldn't understand is, if we got it, we should know better, okay, as board members? We got an email, we read the email, it was someone who linked the email to the public. And then the public went to Facebook and Instagram with it, okay? That was someone from the public, so that needs to be investigated. And there's a way to do that. You can find out who sent the email to who.
Well, that's part of the conversation. Like I say, it was intentional. It was intentional.
I don't think it was intentional from Attorney Kim.
Well,
shit.
This was a board.
She here for the mayor, man.
This was a board matter. Attorney Kim was the attorney for the board. He should have. There was a board matter, and if you thought we did something, it's an ordinance. He should have replied to me or let us know so this board can take care of it. You do not send that out to all these people that have nothing to do with the board. Have nothing to do with our decision. The idea was to send it all out there, and it could be leaked by somebody. That's my opinion. I saw it. I've been around a day or two, but he took it personally. He personally was that me. Now I tell you this. I have asked Miss Leah to send personal direct correspondent Mr. Kim to give me an opinion on something 3-4 months ago. Couple times. Mr. Kim has not replied back to me on any opinion. And to come out here, and I'm gonna say, and I guess I might have been a little strong with it, without accusing him of doing that. I probably shouldn't say he did it on purpose. That's probably been sending out there without proof. But when I looked at it, and I confined them to a couple of attorney friends of mine, and they thought the same thing. So I don't know about it. Never should have got out there, and it never should have been addressed out there, and it made me angry that she was subject to it.
That's right, Miss King, that's
She
right.
was subject to it, and there's no reason she should have been. It would have been, Mr. Kim would not want anyone to put his information out there like that. None of you would want your information out there like that. And I'm sorry.
I don't think Mr. Kim put it on Facebook.
No, he did not. I'm saying he put it, all those people, so somebody.
Liddell did. Liddell put it on there. Yeah.
Right. So, that's my, hold on, anyone that won't chime in this.
Certain information should be redacted.
Back to us.
No matter how I got on Facebook.
I know a lot of times I appear to be hostile, but it's because we're spinning our wheels doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different outcome. I'm gonna be honest with my colleagues, and I take responsibility when I'm fussing at you guys and trying to push you forward, is because I saw this storm coming. Because I am on this board, and I have not been pleased for a long time, because it don't take much. That's what I was saying about the subpoenas and making them come before us and look us in our eyes.
Yes.
Because when they look you in your eyes and tell a lie,
Yes.
and this board is supposed to be so powerful, now I can hold you responsible.
Yes.
If you're not going to hold anybody responsible, then you can't hold them accountable. So it's not everybody else, it's us. It was no accident this happened. It's the same old two-step. It's a distraction.
Yeah.
Now we're not moving forward.
Now she's not sworn in. Now the business is being slowed down, and now we're sitting up here with this rift instead of moving forward like a functioning board with a competent ombuds person. Okay, that's the problem. Because the bottom line is this: when this office called Davina to swear her in, it don't matter what his opinion is. That's his opinion. That's all it is. So if we have so much authority, and the charter is law, if the law says the last buck stops with this board, that's it. Why are we all worked up about his opinion? Because they run us. And I've been telling y'all that. And this is a ploy to intimidate her because they don't want her, so they put her personal information out there so that way if she holds somebody responsible, they know where she stays because they lost. Because they lost. Now, we can sit up here and pretend, why would they want to? That's why they want to. Because when you're a criminal, when you're seeing people after people, when you attack people's jobs, when people speak out about your lawlessness, when you're unlawful, you get at. So they put her information out there in case she decided she wanted to do her job. They got somebody, anybody, because they put it on Facebook that can get at it. Okay? Ain't no co-winky there. We can act like we don't know what happened. Attorney Kim has not stood up for anything lawful yet. Not as it pertains to the citizens, not as it pertains to law-abiding rules that govern this city. Okay? He don't work for us. He don't work for this city. Right. He worked for the administration. So we can keep sitting up here and we're going to check with this. That's why I asked this board, let's get us an attorney. But I got fought on that. See? And now we're being told we only got $8,000 to get a lawyer.
Okay, hold on, please. Per the open meetings act, we got to keep that door open.
You gotta open the door.
Anyway, the bottom line is this. We can keep assembling and talking about who did what to us and why they keep getting licks off us. Because you're too cowardly to stand up and fight back. Okay? So until you quit giving these speeches and stand up, because they busting you in your head anyway, so you may as well stand for something. This is my position. And I know y'all get mad at me because I'm aggressive and I speak so strong. But this coward approach is getting us nowhere. So with that being said, if she is who we voted for, it's a matter of her getting sworn in. Now, I was told the only person to swear her in is the city clerk. Now, if the city clerk is not responding, and that's her job, then we need to subpoena her and find out why she thinks she ain't got to do her job. We need to start with her and bust down on her. And when she tells us somebody threatening her job, then bust down on them. But see, that takes courage. I like that. That takes courage. So if we're not going to have any, we'll be back here again shortly. Because guess what they got? Guts, courage, and nerve. And we don't have any of that stuff. So it's hard to hold unlawful people responsible. It's hard to stand up against people that are strong, whether they're right or wrong, when all you're going to do is send out some letters. And like they said, we're supposed to send out some letters that ain't even went out. I'm not even sure when we send a letter out that the person that's supposed to be responding didn't even wrote them letters. Ain't no telling who wrote us them letters. And we sit up here like we 5th graders or kindergartners even and can't see these plays. This stuff is very simple. This is about, I'm going to say it again, this is about money, this is about control, okay? And we are being controlled, and they have our bag, which is our budget that this lady's supposed to operate from. She has never had the opportunity to truly be the ombuds person. So we don't know if she qualified or not. But what I do know is this board voted for her. And we have every right to swear her in and give her the job. We haven't broken any rules. And if we have, let's do like everybody else got to do. Take us to court. See us across the street. We don't have that kind of nerve. We don't have that kind of nerve.
She just got on one thing.
Over here praying for her.
But we should
put a motion on the floor. I'm just giving y'all suggestions, Joe.
Let me say this. You just trying to. And the reason I knew that they said to me, because I had already contacted somebody that is qualified to do a swearing swearing in, but they said only the city clerk can do it. So that would tie our hands. So if our hands is tied to Davina, like I said, we gotta address Davina. Because I don't care who told Davina not to swear her in. We told Davina we gave her the job.
Attorney.
Mr. King, I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm not going back and forth with you.
Well, I do want to correct some information. I did speak to, and I believe we talked about the information with leaking. I did speak to on the phone when we talked about leaking the email. I was contacted by the press before I found out about it. And when I was on with the press, I read the email with Attorney Kemp on the phone. And as I was reading the email to him, I believe it was 17 pages. In the 17 pages, I saw that her personal information was not redacted at that time. The press had been leaked the information. So it is not uncommon for whoever, including the administration, to leak it. Because I used to work for him, and that has happened before. And so that is leaked to the press. The press called me, and then they sent me, they contacted me, and I called him back, and we talked about information. I was troubled that her driver's license number had not been redacted, her date of birth had not been redacted, her address, her home phone number, all of her personal information, which could further go into identity theft. And when I asked Attorney Kim, why was it not redacted, his statement to me was he did not have a responsibility to keep it from being leaked, and that he did not have a responsibility to redact it with FOIA. It would not be redacted. At that time, we had some very heated words, and I hung up on him because I told him it was not fair. Because I've seen documents and FOIA them, they are redacted. They're always redacted to protect the personal information. So this is a conversation that I had. My mother was in the room because I could not choose my words properly at that point, because I should not know your address. I should know her driver's license number. So I just want to put some clarity.
Ms. Little, have you seen this information on Facebook?
The information.
Not on 810 News Media Group, though.
Okay. Information was leaked. It was leaked while I'm sitting in the office. Information to Mr. King. When I leave, I get a call and talk on social media. And I'm not on social media. But it's not there. How we move around here is one thing, but with that just the letter, I don't know. I got my own opinion. Everyone have an opinion, but no proof who did it. So we gotta investigate that too.
What? Excuse me, can we hear what you say you're not gonna investigate for what?
You added something. I didn't say anything about it.
Did he just say that? Come on,
I didn't say nothing.
I'm just asking you, can you repeat? I couldn't hear you.
I said, well, that's because the girl would be quiet. My voice is not that high, then you hear me, okay?
Come on, Mr. King, man.
No, we're not gonna do back and forth. I'm gonna answer a question, but don't get back and forth. Don't do that.
I'm not getting back and forth.
Don't do that.
Don't disrespect me neither.
No, don't respect me.
I'm respecting you.
I say, if you don't respect me, respect this position, okay?
I'm respecting the position.
All right.
Joe ain't playing tonight.
I'm asking for it, but we're not gonna carry on with it. What I said was, we got ways to get that. We wasn't gonna be doing it tonight, trying to take that business. That's what I said. So, well, saying it in a way that, don't be defensive of me. Because I'm gonna respond back. Let's go. Mr. Ford. Here's what we had. There's a whole lot of things that we're going to talk about for the level. We're getting off the topic on the job. Well, the job was closed, we closed the job, and I told him no. And close it, now, here's what we did, we interviewed in December. We interviewed in November. We picked the candidate. At the time, once we had chosen the candidate, they decided they did not want the job because of the benefit package. At that time, the board asked me to open up the nominations in December. In December, I had H&R call H&R to open it up in 90 days. She told me it had been opened back up. In January, not posted. It never was posted. Yeah, so at that time, the board started to move on a motion to make this live from the bus. We moved on that.
So you don't have any application from any other candidate from December?
No, well, it never was posted back out.
So we I saw on Indeed that the posting opened up when the board voted on it. I want to say back in December.
So she don't
I
like to
saw
have
that
a
they
job.
opened it back up. But the problem is we weren't getting any feedback to any candidates who were responding to the job. And then also I just found out I don't know if it's still open or not, but Linda just sent me an email showing that it's not even when it was open, it wasn't posted on the city website. So even though it was open, it was impossible, because a lot of people put referrals through, get contacted through, when they want a city job, they put them in. It responds back saying, hey, this position is opened up, you can respond to it. Well, when it's not posted, we're not going to get any response. Now, that's the only thing I can attest to.
I got a question.
I saw that.
I got a question.
We can't take any questions from the audience.
Next question over there.
We're not supposed to. We're not supposed to dialogue back and forth. But we're not supposed to.
It's a quick question.
It's a quick question. Did the board open it back up, or did a few people from the board open it back up?
No, the whole board.
Yeah, this is a board. Go ahead.
So that's where I know that it came, was that we were opening it up for the 90-day period because the board voted on it. So when we had our meeting in the early part of January, that's why
we got a boom mic.
That the 90 days that the board had asked to, before we closed it, to wait for the 90-day period again to close before we did any kind of decision. That was my recommendation. We were all there, and I said that on the 9th. But yeah, that's where we're at.
But don't you remember me asking that question?
Yeah, we did. That's why we all said it was posted. From Indeed's perspective, it said posted since December 17th. But the problem that I'm having is that it was not posted on the city website. It was not posted anywhere else for even if people wanted to apply. They made it a restriction for folk to apply. And I don't know if HR dropped the ball or what.
Well, a couple of things happened. One, here's them request to put it on the agenda to be discussed. And the board voted to bring it up on the agenda. I put it on the agenda. The board discussed it, and the board decided at that point.
He flip-flop.
The majority of the board.
Big pun, not Mr. King.
Now, the board, whether it was right, wrong, what happened was HR did anything, that was the majority of the board decision. Whether it was open or closed, it was our decision to move on. So we have the live without all the things.
That's right.
So, if,
You know, sworn in.
it's what it is. It's what it is now, and what it is now.
We need to make sure that there aren't any other.
You trying to go backwards.
Man, you need to shut up, freak.
What? You are trying to go backwards instead of move forward.
We interviewed all the candidates.
Yeah, she go to church with me. They go to church with me.
It's over.
We had better, we took all the applications that we qualified. And went through our applications. Those are the ones that we interviewed.
Don't get me wrong, I am not in any way against against the selection of the board.
Yes,
What I am trying to make sure of is that we're not opening up ourselves to litigation. Because you know, they love to sue, okay? So I just want to make sure that everything is T's are crossed and I's are dotted, so that when we do make the selection and make it public, they don't want to
You made the selection.
Selection already.
Get us sworn in.
Oh, she said they have not made a decision. That's what she just said.
And I looked at Mr. Kim, information where he came up with an ordinance. Now, the ordinance, I had never seen the ordinance. The ordinance was right, and I came, because I lived on my desk. You know, that ordinance was dead in 2019. Previous administration. And I see part of that administration, part of that property administration. But I had downloaded the city ordinance. I believe a couple of weeks ago, this year, and I did not see that ordinance.
They make them up overnight.
I don't know where that, where the ordinance came from, but I think that's, but talking to some legal sources, they telling me that ordinance, if it is ordinance, then Mr. Kim, by that ordinance, Mr. Kim probably would right if he went by that, so with the information that we have been using, and from HR qualified candidates, I think some of them have those. And then if
Leave Mr. King alone. He said HR. Leave him alone.
by right, that ordinance should have came up. It's worth waiting in the term. That should have been presented. The board should have known something.
Can you read the ordinance?
I read it.
All right. Ordinance number 190. 159. An ordinance to amend the Flint City Code of Ordinance by adopting Article 6, Chapter 35, Personnel, Section 35-112.14. Adoption, job description and qualifications of a person. It is hereby ordained by the people of the city of Flint, Section 112, that Section 35-112 of the Code of City of Flint shall be amended as follows. Article 6, Personnel Code, 3-112.4, adoption, job description, qualifications of that person. Pursuant to the provisions of the Flint City Charter of 1-501B, the job description and qualifications are hereby adopted by reference and attached hereto. This ordinance shall become effective immediately upon publication. Adopted this day, the 13th of May, 2019, by Mayor Karen W. Weaver and City Clerk Inez M. Brown. And this ordinance goes into the description, goes into the full description of what the ombudsman's duties and job is supposed to be.
What is the violation? I want to hear the word being violation.
So from this opinion, from what I gathered from Attorney Kim,
just his opinion,
the violation is that we did not go according to the ordinance that was passed in 2019 for the ombudsman, because the mayor has the responsibility to setting the duties and job descriptions for all principal officers. And because she falls as a principal officer, they're saying that this is what we were bound by to hold. So the minimum requirements are this: a bachelor's degree from accredited college or university in public administration, dispute resolution, psychology, social work, human services, a related field or equivalent experience. Master's degree preferred, that's A. B, 5 years of experience in municipal, state, or federal government.
And which you did a school system for years, and that counts as a government.
So do.
If you are a teacher, you work for the government.
Let him finish reading so we can.
Ability and willingness to work with both legislative and executive branches of government. D, knowledge of pertinent laws and regulations. C, 5 years of experience in counseling and or alternative dispute resolution. Examples: mediation, negotiations. F, demonstrated investigative and analytical skills. G, demonstrated ability to manage multiple tasks in a professional and timely manner. H, demonstrated ability and willingness to work with various ethnic, social, and age groups. I, strong professional civic or community service background. J, demonstrated ability to supervise the staff of the Office of Ombudsman. And K, computer literate with excellent written and oral communication skills. That's what the ordinance holds us bound by.
And she means all
That's a job description for That's a job description for May James.
Nearly ain't got all of that. She would be mayor.
So,
you said mediation. She was special ed teacher, so she has plenty of mediation.
So according to this, according to a MERS revised Department of HR, 6, which is June 23rd of 2023. This is when we went in and we modified it because we weren't getting enough box. It says this: essential duties and responsibilities.
She checked all of them. She was with the school district for 13 years.
Processing complaints, conducting investigations, hearings, and reporting files. 2, provides an informal internal avenue of resolution of complaints and attempts to resolve in lieu of formal proceedings. These are essential duties and responsibilities. Must possess a high level of integrity, handles all inquiries, complaints, investigations in a professional, confidential manner.
What's she
Works
doing?
to promote a relationship of trust and cooperation with organizations. Basically, the witnesses administer oath, take testimony, require production of evidence relevant to a matter under investigation.
Where is the violation?
7, applies to appropriate courts to enforce subpoenas or orders. 8, delegates in writing to members of the staff the power to administer oaths and take testimony as required. 9, provides an annual public report on complaints received and actions taken by the ombudsman's office. Here are the minimum requirements: bachelor's degree from accredited college or university of public administration, dispute resolution, psychology, social work, human services, or a related field. Relevant, this is where we change. The board adds this caveat: relevant experience may be substituted on a year-for-year basis in lieu of education. Master's degree preferred. 5 years of experience in investigative work and or alternative dispute resolution. Examples: mediation, negotiations, complaint handling, or conflict resolution. Some experience in municipal, state, or federal government preferred. Thank you. So these are changes that the board made in June because we weren't getting enough bites or qualified people. Yeah, the board made these changes.
Where is the violation was my question.
Hold on. The violation is they're saying
I don't care what they're saying.
that I'm trying to get you where the violation is. The violation they're saying is the 2019 ordinance, that the board did not have the authority to amend an ordinance. And that ordinance amendment, that ordinance, excuse me, so this is I'm trying to tell you, this is the infraction that they're saying we have. The infraction is that the board did not have the authority for the June modification because it was already in place in the ordinance. Like, we can't change the ordinance. That can only be done by the mayor's office or by city council.
Okay.
Yes, we did.
And no matter what, she meet all the qualifications.
No, so this is the thing. They're saying that Ms. Little did not meet the qualifications.
So why did you interview her?
So what you saying?
According to the May 2019 ordinance. That's what all this legal opinion is about and why we were stopped. They were saying that we don't have the authority to do it per the 2019 city ordinance.
We don't have the authority to hire?
No, we don't have the authority to change the job duties to hire.
Okay, that's fine. She meet all the qualifications. The new ones, the old ones, the ones from last year. I said, where's the violation?
Let me say, I have talked to two Franklin attorneys that used to be city attorneys, and they have read this ordinance, and they're telling me the ordinance. Yet that ordinance, I don't know where it came from. In that ordinance, said what we have to do.
Okay, is that y'all attorney over there? Is that guy?
Hold up.
Is he an attorney?
Yeah.
Is he y'all attorney?
No.
What the hell is he?
This meeting's on fire. It's on fire up in here.
I'm sorry.
It's on fire up in here.
I'm sorry.
All right. Now, two legal with almost 100 years of experience have advised me. No, I'm not.
Advise you.
I was someone who would not tell me a lie, okay? They would not lie to me. Whether I like it or not. Tell you like you told me. These attorneys that I spoke to, I went to, all of them. And I've been talking to them back and forth. Now, this ordinance, I don't know everything I was talking about, but here's something I have with that. That people listen. We're not going to change that. This board was not put together. We were sworn in July of 2019.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking at an ordinance in April.
This ordinance was done in May in 2019 before the board was established.
Is that right?
So that's something that
They keep moving the
disturbing that I would have been about.
goalposts every time you get to the goalpost.
Mayor Weaver and Gail Lilly was involved in what we were doing before that. I don't know. But the problem of it is we got to have the facts. We got to have the facts, and that's why we were trying to find.
Put it on old Gil. Gil
I'm still asking that guy y'all attorney. Is y'all not attorney sitting here? No, that's the city attorney. What he here for?
Papa.
To reinforce the
He
hoping y'all don't know.
His order come from his boss, Mr. Kidd, but he's Mr. Kemp. Not trust.
Mm-hmm.
I trust him, I told me, but the question we're gonna ask, I'm pretty sure he's not gonna get asked, or he's not gonna but what I have right now, dates and time of this ordinance. There seems to be something wrong with that.
The fact still.
And the only way.
And I also know that you guys can change the qualifications for her to have the job. She's been doing it. Excuse me, I haven't said anything.
Excuse me. This is the board matter right now. Okay, but we had to figure out how we're gonna proceed. Now, my legal people that legal advise me, they tell me only.
They ain't get shit done today. I don't even know why they call this meeting.
Council. Can we go back and do it? They can wait. The house can wait with that ordinance. We can't.
Can they make an amendment?
Yes. That's why I read the ordinance so you guys can understand that. We couldn't change the ordinance. We didn't know that this ordinance existed. When we were given the job description, we originally thought it was a job description that we could modify. We didn't know that the job description was a city ordinance.
So what part of the original ordinance did she not qualify for?
And that we couldn't change.
Right. So according to the original ordinance, tell us what in there that she was not qualified for. Because everything you read, she was qualified. She was qualified. With the original ordinance, she was qualified.
Can I speak since I'm on the board? May I say something?
Dr. Bucko.
So that's the genuine problem. Is that's why the legal opinion went out, and that's why everything was because of they knew that this was going to happen. They knew about the ordinance ahead of time, and we didn't know. We didn't.
Okay.
I would check on that when that was put into place.
They still ain't answered the question.
I would check on it.
What did she not qualify for? Damn.
First of all, like I said a long time ago, she's qualified. This is now her only job. Number one. Number two, HR brought somebody before us and tried to slide somebody in that didn't even have a resume. Okay? And the guidelines said you must have a resume. Number three, every time we try to do something, this happens. I asked one question: where's the violation? And I ain't heard that yet. It's been 30 minutes now. Here's the bottom line. We voted for this woman. Now I'm telling y'all what all happened. And then I'm finna leave. Because I'm not going to keep wasting my time. We voted for somebody.
Yeah.
Everybody that was at the meeting voted for her. Okay? Now, because somebody don't want her to have a job.
Technicalities.
Then it came up with this mess. And this whole board, she said, well, should she have it? Did we buy it, reposted it? See? Because somebody's called them and told them something. Kim can't tell us nothing about nothing when we're trying to get on the front end.
Right, that's right.
Okay? Now, we tried to hire somebody else. We did. We haven't broken any rules. This job has been posted for the longest. This last round wasn't the only round. It was a round before.
She talking mad.
We couldn't get nobody. That's number one. And when we did get somebody, they didn't want the job. But yet still, here's Miss Shasta. Being faithful, doing the job, meeting the qualifications, doing 3 and 4 jobs by herself. So that's what prompted this board to have a humanitarian spirit for one moment. We said, hey, nobody wants the job. And if they do want it, they're not qualified. Period. Nowhere close. And then She should be given a chance because she's been doing her job, somebody else's job, paying for it out of her pocket, keeping us in the loop. When we falling off, she keeping us on. They slandering this woman.
Yeah.
This ain't the first letter went out about her.
No.
Before she got the job, it was a letter out about her, how she did from Mr. Edwards. That she wasn't this and she wasn't that, and we were supposed to get him straight about that. And guess what? Letter ain't went out yet, and if it had, we don't know nothing about it. It was supposed to come before this board, and we was all supposed to look at it as a board. This board voted for an independent attorney to hear from somebody. We had somebody in the community that was willing to come before us for free. Yet still, that hasn't happened. But Mr. King is talking to his legal friends, giving advice only to him if we are bored and they your friends while we all can't hear. Now, wait a minute.
Oh, shit now. Let's get it started.
Y'all be down here, and I understand that you the key people, but you be down here meeting about ethics and accountability issues, talking to the administration and this board. You don't bring it before us. We don't know what you talk about, how many meetings you done had, or none of that. If you was down here personally, or if it was business, which that's your right to have personal relationship. So every time we come to this board table, somebody's talking about a meeting they didn't have with somebody, and we ain't got all the information. We don't know what. See, and then you come back to this table perplexed. With the change of heart. And then the rest of us who thought we were getting somewhere the last meeting come back, and it's this right here. Now this one done changed their mind, that one done changed, this one over here, then they come over with these old fake plays to throw the ball. Ordinance 179. No, if she's not qualified, you need to be able to say, this right here does not qualify her. Her teaching experience is no good. Her public service is no good. Her this is no good. Go down her resume and tell me why the stuff on her resume does not qualify her for a job. And like they said, this part of that, if you've been entering for 90 days, you supposed to get the job. Right. This lady has been on the job over a year, and now that we voted for her, it's a big stink in your undies in a while. Do you got somebody else qualified wanting to do it? Because they got sworn in before her. Because it ain't because we ain't waiting on nobody yet. It ain't because we ain't waiting.
Damn it, Flint, show up. Shit, this meat good.
I'm going to go, and I'm going to say this, and I'm sorry. Just go down to Sheldon Millie's office and ask him who he wants. So we got to keep waiting. I'm going.
Have mercy, Jesus. That right, Papa. Ooh, look.
Oh, yeah. You wrong, Papa. You wrong now.
Papa said
So, Mr. King, you just gonna give your power.
1, 2, 3, 4. They got 5.
5 with council, 6 with us, because we have 11 board members. Oh, okay. Yeah, so we gotta have 6 of them. Okay.
What? So what was the meeting for? So do she got the job or not? Damn. Man, hell, we need an ombudsman. Man, this all these people. Man, Flint showed up tonight.
That's why we want to discuss the board's budget and discuss the budget as a whole. But when we lost quorum, we couldn't discuss the budget. Come into y'all account yet. No. That's the 250 is already there for us to spend. But if we don't use it, it's one of those things that don't carry over to the next year. It don't carry over. No, it doesn't. It's not that way. It's not got enough money to give her an office somewhere.
So they're saying that because they have 11 members, quorum is broke because two members left. So the meeting has been adjourned for the lack of quorum. When Carol left, the meeting was adjourned for lack of quorum.
So that's
Okay. Big old slick. There she goes, slick.
Well, this is something new. Okay, so
They really need to check.
Harris, do she got a job or not? She still done buzz me. Okay.
The issue is we didn't know about this ordinance. We had no idea this ordinance was there. So the problem is this, the charter says this, the mayor gives job descriptions to all principal officers. The ombudsman is listed as a principal officer. She's just independent of administration and council, but she's a primary officer. So when that ordinance was written in 2019, I didn't know it, but that didn't identify according to the job description how we had to hire.
So 2019 was the Weaver administration. Okay, that's Gilchrist right there behind you.
I was on the board.
Okay.
I didn't get on the board until late 22, so I didn't know anything about when about that. So when we were looking at the job description, we didn't know it was an ordinance. We just assumed that this was just a job description that was just created for the person. So when we went to HR, and even HR didn't know it was an ordinance. So when we went to HR was saying to us, well, yeah, since the ombudsman calls a budget, I don't see why we can't revise the job description, which is what the June 23rd, 2023 job description is. So when the legal opinion came out, the legal opinion says, because it's an ordinance, the board doesn't have the power to change an ordinance. That can only be done by city council. So when that came out, that's why when we hired her. So I don't want to talk about why somebody else was disqualified. I let that individual say why they were. But when the disqualifications came out, it was because of the 2019 ordinance. See, and we changed and modified the job description because we weren't getting anybody in the second round. So we said, okay, let's see if we can try to take more experience. Lower the requirements, say, all right, experience is required on a year-by-year basis. That opened it up. We had about 7 and more people that were able to apply.
Wait a minute, can we go over here? Can we go? Let's step over here for a second. Hold on, y'all. Let me get over here so we can get y'all some good footage over here. Some good footage. Hold on, y'all. Stick and stay. ATN just got. We're going. Hi, Mr. Attorney, sir. Hello. He's already been told not to talk to ATN. So what, let me get you over here. What was if you can tell us the question of the night, the reason why we're all here, so it's been said in public that she didn't meet the years of service years, but she was with the school district and you are a school teacher.
If you are a school teacher, you are a governmental employee. But we never got that far. That's what tonight's meeting was to discuss this opinion, try to find out, okay, if this is the opinion, then we need to find out why they disqualified qualify her in the first place, number one, ask certain questions, and then if they're not going to move, then we got to get the ordinance changed. And that can only be done by city council. I'm telling you, Mr. King didn't know about it. I didn't know about Mr. King. Linda and Carol and Patrick are one of the original members from the board that they elected in July of 2019. So, yeah, when that happened, and when I found, I wasn't here when they did the vote. I was out of town. So when I got this legal opinion, I said, so what's going on and what's changed? And I didn't know anything that was going on. So when I read the opinion, and I started going through it, and I said, okay, but the law that Mr. King asked for weren't just anybody. We were trying to navigate to try to figure out if we take this to court, is this a waste of tax dollars, and is the judge just going to say, well, this is a city ordinance, this got to go back to city council, and council has to change it. Well, now it's over 5 years. So I think the 5-year rule is up to where they can modify this ordinance.
But if she meet all the qualifications, does the ordinance even need to be changed?
No. If she meets all the qualifications, no, the ordinance doesn't need to be changed. But the problem is that their objectives didn't meet all the qualifications. What they are,
I'm not at liberty to say, okay.
I don't have to even tell them, well, this is why I wouldn't qualify. But then I'm going to tell you.
Okay.
But that's why.
Okay.
So that's what the opinion was. The ordinance stopped.
Okay.
But the ordinance was put in place by the previous council and the previous administration.
Okay. Okay. Thank you so much.
No problem.
Thank you.
And that's all I was trying to read. I was just trying to let you all know what the new ordinance was saying and everything else. I hate it as well because I like Ms. Lewis. She's a wonderful person. And her information should not have been put out like that. And I hate that happened. And
so it was A10, we got the letter. We got the 3-page letter and we put it out. So it was more. It was absolutely, I guess I'm hearing it was a lot more that was leaked.
There was a lot more. Okay. That's the issue, is that the email was very sensitive, and it was supposed to be classified only to the people that it was sent to. That's why Ms. Williams was trying to figure out why was this sent to everybody, the council, 5 members, and not just the board. But once it was sent out to everybody, it got leaked. So now we know, and now the problem is her personal information.
It's all out, okay.
And it was all out there on Facebook and Instagram.
Oh, it's on Instagram too?
Yeah. From what I was told, her personal, her telephone number, her address, and her driver's license number are all out.
Wow.
So when I found that out, I told Ms. Little, I said, Ms. Little, you need to change everything that you have. But this is, so the letter, the email was sent out at 1:55.
Miss Little, can I get you over here as well? Can we get Miss Little over here?
So Miss Little will tell you, the email was sent out at around 1:55, almost 2 o'clock on the 31st. According to Mr. King, always meets with Miss Little. They always talk, they have candid conversations together. While they were in the office, that's when within 30 to 40 minutes is when the email was leaked out. It was immediately leaked out as soon as everybody got tagged in.
Mr. King left my office and the phone ringing. When I started getting the text and everything, I called Mr. King on this return. Mr. King, are you still in the field? They have my personal information on. He said, no, I just got in my car down 7 hours.
Wow. So
that date within 30 to 45 minutes to the public.
Now, Miss Little, are you able to tell us what they specifically said that you weren't qualified for?
They said that I don't have 5 years of those
governmental
They're saying I don't have 5 years in municipalities and government, but I I've been a school teacher. Not only that, for special ed students, I know how to negotiate and counsel because you have to sit, you have to do IEPs with the sit down with the parents. And you have to come special ed.
Ms. Booth, come on over here and join us.
About my strategic planning and things that I've done for the school district. I've been in the school district for 8 years. I also worked for a Baptist church here in Detroit, where I was the administrator, where I counseled families and children and gave them references in reference to like food programs, shelter, and places to go. So they really didn't look in detail into my resume. I've been in this position in the office of the ombudsman before So even when you're not going to come back, are you going to say 1 year experience? And I started training next week. Training that was first made out of my own.
Right.
But just to show that I am willing to go for education.
Plus, you have a master's degree.
Yes, a master's degree in organizational planning.
Okay.
That's my transcript language.
So it wasn't her degree that they were saying was disqualified. It's not her degree. Because her degrees meet every single level with bachelor's and master's. According to them, from what Ms. Hill was saying, they lack the experience that the ordinance says.
But I don't lack that experience because as I stated, if you look deeper into my resume, you'll see that I am an educator and working on the school system is government.
Absolutely.
In Georgia and in here. I pulled it up in the whole research and getting here to I do have this.
That's why the meeting tonight, I was hoping that we would stay together as a board with quorum so that we could say as a board, okay, then we really need to dig into this to find out what is the nitty-gritty about this and why they're saying this about it. Because they just basically said this is what disqualified us, but they didn't go into detail about okay, why.
So will there be another meeting? Do you know if it'll be another meeting? And does Mr. Kim need to be here? Because us just meeting and asking ourselves the same questions, are we really going to get anywhere?
That's what I was going I wish Carol hadn't voted for him because that's what I was going to ask was that Mr. Kim come to our next meeting or at least send a representative so that we can, ask him come here so you can explain everything in detail because that's all I want is a conversation. At the end of the day, I'm for what's right, I'm for what's fair. But at the same time, you're going to have to explain to me your decisions.
Okay.
Yeah, your opinion.
And the people are all saying, please don't fold on Miss Little. Everybody wants Miss Little in this position. She is more than qualified, and we all stand behind you. As you can see, the community showed up for you tonight. The community showed up, so don't let us down.
No.
EAB. Mr. King, is Mr. King available for comments?
As a board person that will sit on the board, I read the decision of the board. So
put this in your thing with the mic. Put this in your thing with the mic. Okay.
Yeah, that was the issue.
Okay.
That's why I was talking to them. Was just explain. This is not what we're saying. This is the ordinance that was written. So I was just trying to be clear. That's all.
Thank you so much.
Oh, no problem.
Mr. King. Mr. King. Mr. Joe King. Would you like to give us an interview, sir? Mr. King.
They don't stay. My daughter will stay.
I come to one of y'all meetings, y'all had y'all own attorney. In the dome. I mean, this was years ago. Or he was the same thing, he didn't come from the city council. So y'all ain't got no attorney. Oh, okay. But y'all got money and you wanted to hire an attorney?
I think if $250,000 to the office,
she would have to hire an attorney.
All the salary and everything comes out of that budget.
I said 250. Now how much is y'all budget?
We don't have a budget.
Well, how much? Where y'all get money from?
Ain't got
We
none.
don't get money. We got no money.
Yeah, but y'all supposed to have. Linda just told me y'all got two different things.
No, the charter, we actually for money, but we not, I don't know when we're gonna get any budget.
So you telling me all these boards, all these districts, and our budget, ain't no board never had got you call it budget. Ain't no board never got funding from the city to operate. No, I'm asking.
I don't know.
Oh, you don't know?
This board don't have it. Charter statement, charter. It's been put a budget in for our now we know that was a mistake.
Okay, how much did y'all agree to pay her? Pump it down.
Her pay was saying that city clerk.
How much is that? Okay, so
that is still
okay, so now will that leave her enough money to run an office with a secretary, investigator? What the name of Linda?
We unhooked our Wi-Fi box, so Mr. King, Mr. King. You gotta talk up.
Got another 40,000. Now you get close to 200. Now I mean, 50,000 just for free.
The city does. But also that's on the office.
Mr. King. Mr. King, A10 News Media Group. How you doing, sir? Do you still stand behind your appointment of Miss Little? That's what everybody wants to know.
I'll stand behind, but I want to make sure that we're not affected.
Okay. Okay, so are you going to accept, or is it up to you to accept her qualifications of all of those years of teaching, special ed students, negotiating, counseling, working for the government? So she's more than qualified, so the ordinance technically would need to be changed, right?
The opinion that I have done is that ordinance her application
Yeah, Mr. Kim zeroed in on that any government job, right? Okay. But if Mr. Kim is handing down the opinion that she doesn't, are you still going through with seeking outside counsel, because you're going to stand behind your decision, right? All right. Right, the board got to vote. Okay. Right. But your vote is what the people want to know. The chairman, Mr. Joe King, is going to stand behind your vote, your decision. That's all we want to hear. All right. All right, then. All right, this A10 News Media Group. We over and out. Mr. Joe King said he's just one vote, but he is standing behind his decision for Miss Shaxter Little. Unfortunately, quorum was broke tonight when the lady over here that was sitting by Miss Williams and Miss Carol McIntosh left, because they have 11 members, so they need 6 people to hold the quorum. So we will see you tomorrow morning on the bump at 9 a.m. Thank you all for joining in. See you in the morning.